Some of these protesters hold up signs proclaiming gays for Gaza. They might as well hold up signs saying chickens for KFC.
Prime Minister Netanyahu gave an amazing speech at Congress. He talked about a lot of things that are on our minds. They include anti-Semitism on campus. They include the stupidity of supporting Iran, supporting the pro-Palestine protesters, the pro-Hamas protesters, which are really supporting Iran. He talked about Gaza and Israel's efforts to aid humanitarian crisis there, if such a thing really exists, and the lies. He talked about the lies that are out there. So let's check out a compilation video of some of the highlights, but really the whole speech was a highlight at Congress. So let's take a look together at what Bibi Netanyahu, Prime Minister Netanyahu, spoke at Congress, to two houses of Congress, and the amount of foot muscle and leg muscle that the congressman needed to develop because of all the standing ovations that are received there. Check it out.
Our world is in upheaval. In the Middle East, Iran's axis of terror confronts America, Israel, and our Arab friends. This is not a clash of civilizations. It's a clash between barbarism and civilization. It's a clash between those who glorify death and those who sanctify life. For the forces of civilization to triumph, America and Israel must stand together. Because when we stand together, something very simple happens. We win, they lose. For all we know, Iran is funding the anti-Israel protests that are going on right now outside this building. Not that many, but they're there, and throughout the city. Well, I have a message for these protesters. When the tyrants of Tehran, who hang gays from cranes and murder women for not covering their hair, are praising, promoting, and funding you, you have officially become Iran's useful idiots. It's not only the campus protesters who get it wrong. It's also the people who run those campuses. 80 years after the Holocaust, the presidents of Harvard, Penn, and I'm ashamed to say my alma mater, MIT, couldn't bring themselves to condemn the calls for the genocide of Jews. You remember what they said? They said, it depends on the context. Well, let me give these befuddled academics a little context. Anti-Semitism is the world's oldest hatred. For centuries, the massacre of Jews was always preceded by wild accusations. We were accused of everything from poisoning wells, to spreading plagues, to using the blood of slaughtered children to bake Passover matzahs. These preposterous anti-Semitic lies led to persecution, mass murder, and ultimately to history's worst genocide, the Holocaust. Now, just as malicious lies were leveled for centuries at the Jewish people, malicious lies are now being leveled at the Jewish state. No, don't applaud. Listen. The outrageous slanders that paint Israel as racist and genocidal are meant to delegitimize Israel, to demonize the Jewish state, and to demonize Jews everywhere. And no wonder we've witnessed an appalling rise of anti-Semitism in America and around the world. My friends, whenever and wherever we see the scourge of anti-Semitism, We must unequivocally condemn it and resolutely fight it, without exception. The prosecutor of the International Criminal Court has shamefully accused Israel of deliberately starving the people of Gaza. This is utter, complete nonsense. It's a complete fabrication. Israel has enabled more than 40,000 aid trucks to enter Gaza. That's 500,000 tons of food. And that's more than 3,000 calories for every man, woman, and child in Gaza. If there are Palestinians in Gaza who aren't getting enough food, it's not because Israel is blocking it, it's because Hamas is stealing it. My friends, if you remember one thing from the speech, remember this. Our enemies are your enemies. Our fight is your fight, and our victory will be your victory.
Well, that was Prime Minister Netanyahu. He just rocked Congress, but he had so many important things to say. And I think that what he was doing was really justifying the right of Israel to defend itself, which I know is like something that it's kind of like self-evident. Why do we need to justify our right to defend ourselves? But it seems like the parts of the world deny that. And he got on one of the biggest stages in the world and talked about this war, talked about the right of the Jewish people to defend themselves, talked about the rights of the Jews in the land of Israel, and also talked about the evils of Iran and the narrative war which they create to undo the rights of the Jewish people in the land of Israel, to create the narrative of Palestinianism, which is really an attack on, it's a replacement narrative of Israel altogether. So great job, Prime Minister Netanyahu. And today's a day to celebrate that speech, because I think that speech was a light to the world. And we all understand that getting on that kind of stage, not everybody can do that. And that's, one of his greatest talents. And today he got to use it, maybe for the last time in his career. So it was a very special moment. Anyway, God bless you, folks. Please tune into this channel for more Israel news, more connectivity to Judaism, and more light to the world instead of darkness. God bless you, and shalom.